Buddy Valastro is one of the most famous cake bakers on television, yet his journey to fame hasn't been easy. He's faced intense challenges, from panic attacks caused by stress to a serious hand injury, proving that the cake boss knows a thing or two about overcoming obstacles. Buddy Valastro's rise in the baking world began when he had to help run his family's business, Carlo's Bakery, at just 17. His father, Bartolo Valastro Sr., had owned the bakery since 1964. But when he passed away from lung cancer in 1994, the family had to take over. Valastro Sr. grew up in Italy before moving to the US at age 13. Soon after arriving, he started working at Carlo's Bakery and eventually bought the business after years on the job. Carlo's Bakery became a cornerstone of Buddy's own career, meaning he owes much of his success to his father. In an Instagram post honoring his late dad's birthday, he wrote, "You're in my thoughts every day, and that's how it will always be. You're up in heaven now, but you'll always be with me." It's easy to see why running a bakery at just 17, right after his father's passing, was a huge challenge for Valastro. To meet the demands, he ended up leaving high school so he could devote himself entirely to Carlo's Bakery. His father had started putting him to work at the bakery when he was only 11. At first, he handled cleaning tasks, but by 15, he was decorating cakes. When his dad passed, his responsibilities skyrocketed. Valastro began working 18-hour days, 6 days a week, which meant dropping out of school to keep up. He told CNBC,
and I said, I don't care how hard I have to work. I'll be the first one in every morning, the last one to leave.
It took Valastro 3 years after leaving high school to navigate challenges like rival bakeries, and staff worried about job security, before he truly felt confident in his role as the bakery's leader. Fans of Cake Boss know how much Valastro's mother, Mary, influenced the show in its early years. In a July 2012 episode, Buddy and Mary shared with viewers for the first time that she had been diagnosed with ALS.
Finally, I went to the Mayo Clinic and they said it was ALS. So that was very devastating for me.
Mary Valastro passed away from the disease in June 2017. Buddy told people that her final 2 years were especially challenging, as ALS, also called Lou Gehrig's disease, had profoundly changed her personality. He shared with the outlet, "It was a mixture of sadness and relief because she wasn't really living at the time. This disease is horrible and it takes a toll on you. And she wasn't that firecracker she always was. I don't want to remember how she was during the last 2 years of her life, because that wasn't her." To honor his mother and her significant role in the family business, Valastro closed all Carlo's Bakery locations on June 27, 2017, reopening them the following day. By the time Valastro was 20, he had grown used to managing Carlo's Bakery, but that didn't make the pressure disappear. At 27, he suffered his first panic attack, severe enough that he had to seek emergency medical care. The episode was likely fueled by years of grueling work. Before filming Cake Boss, Valastro often worked weekends and holidays, with days stretching far beyond the typical 8 hours. He later opened up about his panic attacks on episode 6 of Bakery Boss, a Cake Boss spin-off. In that episode, the owner of Lydia's Bake Shop and Cafe experiences a panic attack while rushing to bake cupcakes. Valastro could relate deeply, drawing on his own experience. By the time the episode was filmed, he had already recovered and developed strategies to manage his stress, enabling him to guide Lydia through her on-camera struggles. A major challenge in Buddy Valastro's career came in September 2020. Around then, the Cake Boss posted a photo of himself in a hospital bed, his forearm wrapped in thick bandages. Reports soon revealed that the injury happened in a bizarre accident at his home bowling alley. A spokesperson for Valastro told people, "There was a malfunction with the bowling pin setter, a common fix in the past, but it turned into a terrible accident. After trying to release the bowling pin from the cage mechanism, his right hand became lodged and compressed inside the unit. The pin setter machine drove a metal rod through Valastro's hand 3 times. He could only free himself when his teenage sons cut the rod with an electric saw. After a surgeon removed it, he needed a second operation. Without that procedure, he might have lost all use of his hand. Those initial 2 surgeries saved his hand, but they were just the beginning of a long recovery. By late 2023, more than 3 years after the accident, Valastro had gone through 5 hand surgeries. After those procedures, he estimated he had regained roughly 95% of his hand mobility, though 1 more surgery was needed to restore nearly full function. Despite this, Valastro returned to work before his hand was fully healed. In 2021, he notably filmed Season 3 of Buddy vs. Duff, the cake-baking reality show he co-hosts with Charm City Cakes founder Duff Goldman.
My main goal was to be able to see if I could still make cakes to the level that I did. And the fact that I was able to do it was amazing.